There's an article that I recently read, and it said this. Talk to someone who works with drug rehab patients and you hear the same wisdom shared over and over. Success depends on your motivations. They can instantly tell if their patient will get clean and stay that way. Everyone who overcomes a drug addiction is motivated, but the ones who succeed long-term are the ones who are motivated for the right reasons. And it got me thinking, whether it's purchasing a new laptop or a smartphone, or going to rehab and deciding to start taking care of yourself, our motivation or drive, the reason why we get up in the morning, and the basis of why we do the things we do, can differ. Motivation plays an important role in our lives. So let's explore it. Now, although I have no experience with drug rehab, this is my perspective as a creator and an artist. Almost anything you do in life will require two things out of you. Number one, equipment, that is boards, knives, instruments, and anything else. And number two, skill, commitment, perseverance, and discipline. If you want to be good at almost anything in life, you need these two. They work together in harmony and balance, but let's open the curtains and take a look at behind the scenes before we ever get to see the final outcome. I find that whenever we as humans get introduced to a new object, that experience usually brings us a lot of joy and excitement, especially if it's something that makes our lives easier and or contributes to the way we create and do our work. And I don't know about you, but I love equipment. I love toys. I love seeing new tools that open doors of possibilities and let you see things in a different way. They save time and make your life and your work easier and more enjoyable. It's as if the cloudy sky has finally cleared up to make space for the sun to shine. Nothing can get in your way, and you can start to imagine how it will open new doors of possibilities, and you'll finally be able to get the admiration and respect of others you've longed for. And in that time frame, there is a moment where you feel complete. But why is that? And is it really true? Is it really only after we have the newest gadget and the acceptance of others that we can begin to put in the work? That's what I like to call external motivation, and more than often it's based off of quick gratification, which is a dangerous place to be. What I believe is that you shouldn't let equipment, toys, gadgets, or the need to impress others get in the way of you progressing the skill of getting better at anything. If you had the resources to constantly upgrade your tools, that could be dangerous. You fall into the trap by making yourself think that this will only keep improving you, but you couldn't be further from the truth. What happens when you have a razor-sharp Master Chef knife, but don't know how to use it to its fullest potential? What happens when you have a madly expensive machine, but can't communicate your ideas? Tools make our lives easier, but are not the solution to all of our problems. They are objects here to serve us, and not us to serve them. They are tools, and nothing more. And although they do eliminate most of the friction, there still remains something. Once we've stripped away the sugar coating, the eye candy is gone. This is all we're left with. And what you're seeing right now is what Steven Pressfield calls resistance in his book The War of Art. And it's real. Most of us have two lives, the life we live and the unlived life within us. Between the two stands resistance. There's a secret that real writers know that wannabe writers don't. And it's this. It's not the writing part that's hard. What's hard is sitting down to write. What keeps us from sitting down is resistance. It's something everyone faces at some point, and it even drags many of us down with it. You see, while external motivation is relatively easy, internal motivation requires discipline, commitment, perseverance, patience, and much more. It takes curiosity, courage, and charisma, real love and passion, a mindset dedicated to constant improvement. It takes one to want to know itself, to know what one truly wants out of life, for itself and for others. It takes a dream, a vision, a goal in the foreseeable future which currently might not seem possible, but by putting in the work every day, you're getting closer to it, one small step at a time. The most important thing about art is to work. Nothing else matters except sitting down every day and trying, because when we sit down day after day and put in the work, something mysterious starts to happen. A process is set into motion. This is the other secret that real artists know that wannabe don't. When we sit down each day and do our work, power concentrates around us. Ideas come, insights accrete. We have entered a flow state. Late at night, have you experienced a vision of the person you might become? the work you could accomplish, the realized being you were meant to be? Are you a writer who doesn't write? A painter who doesn't paint? Let me ask you, what moves you to get out of bed in the morning? Why do you do the things you do? How are you improving your life and the lives of those around you? By asking yourself these questions and processing that information, you'll start to realize what your drive is, where the fuel comes from. Because trust me, there will be days where you wake up and you don't want to do that thing. You don't want to do anything. There will be days where you wake up and your mood is completely ruined by other circumstances, by life in general. And I believe that by discovering something that's deeper within us and being able to motivate ourselves by our love and vision, by our necessity for improvement, we are beginning the process of stepping into something that is bigger than ourselves. Now, do I think the gear and equipment isn't beneficial in any way? Of course not. I think the right gear and the right equipment actually makes a difference in eliminating most of the friction when you're in the creative process, so it can enable you to be in a state of flow for a longer period of time. And heck, I spend a lot of money just because of that reason, so I can stay in that flow state and enable my creative process to have as little friction as possible coming from the equipment side. But I think we shouldn't always rely on external sources such as people or objects to move us through life. Things that really matter, things that are really, really important to us, and things that are of true quality take time, take patience, take crafting. It takes time to really build something that's worth it. I think we should spend more time with ourselves to learn more about ourselves in order to find something deeper and more meaningful. And I think we should be more patient, more self-loving, and more curious about the way we approach our day-to-day and the actions that we do and the fuel that's behind them. There's a quote from the book that I've been quoting throughout this video, The War of Art, that I really enjoyed that I'd like to finish this video off with. Our job in this lifetime is not to shape ourselves into some ideal we or others imagine we ought to be, but it's to discover, to find out who we already are and become it. Thank you so much for watching this whole video. This has been a project that I've been working on for quite some time, and I've been really wanting to release it because I think it's a really important topic. Inspiration and motivation, I think these are things that drive us every day, either we know it or not. Everyone has a different way of inspiring and motivating themselves. Money is a big one. Materialistic objects that are shiny is also a very big one. But I think we should look for something that's deeper than that. And this is why I wanted to make this video, because it's been a topic that's been on my head for quite some time, and I wanted to explore it in more details. And I really, really hope you enjoyed this and got something out of it. And if you did, please hit the like button and subscribe maybe for more videos like this. If you'd like to hear more conversations like this, I have a podcast that's called The Hero's Quest, on which I talk about different topics that I don't necessarily put the time and effort to make videos about, but the podcast is a very easy way to do it. So if you're interested in that, check out The Hero's Quest. Let me know in the comments below, how do you get motivated? Because I'm really curious, what truly drives you? And if it is something materialistic, let me know. If it's people, let me know. If it's something that's deeper inside of you, let me know. Let's have a conversation about it, because I think motivation and inspiration plays a really big part of our lives. And I think we should talk about it. And once again, thank you so much for sticking through the whole video. It means a lot to me. And I will see you in the next one. Peace out.